started in this field by working at a counseling center in the Midwest, and we were doing a great job in providing treatment for the students, except for this area where students weren't eating well and were having problems with their eating. And this was in the 1970s. And we couldn't understand. We were making such progress on depression cases and obsessive compulsive, and then this eating problem, what was going on? The diagnosis had just been developed in 1980, and I was stepping in to a field that was just forming in science. Even though the illness is as old as history, it's new to science. And so all the new researchers that I started looking at as they were publishing, I started communicating with many of them and got to know them, began to work with them, and we've all been growing up together in this field. And the center officially opened in the sense of became a nonprofit June 29th, 2000. Eating disorders is a brain-based illness, and it wasn't until about 2005 that MRI machines, a 3D picture of various parts of the brain, became functional fMRI machines where we could do a task and watch what was happening in the brain, showing the pathway that the brain follows in addressing for all of us when we eat, when we're hungry, when we're full, how much to eat, how it tastes, and how we decide if we're going to take another bite. So as the person eats with an eating disorder and they're fixing their food down in the nutrition center, they can't experience the hunger, they can't experience the fullness, and their brain is so noisy, I probably can't even hear you talking to me. So I used to tell clients in the 80s and 90s, just get to a body mass index of 20, 21, and you're going to be well. And it is the farthest from the truth. Eating disorders has the highest death rate of all mental illnesses. So it's higher than depression, the death rate is higher than bipolar, schizophrenia, and this is internationally proven. So this illness is probably the most backward illness that we know in the field of mental health, because we now know from the genome study that people who are pretty intelligent tend to be more intelligent that are vulnerable, for example, to anorexia. And yet, they can't eat, fundamentally eat. So it's like, why don't you just eat? And I've treated heart surgeons, I've treated physicians, it doesn't matter what profession the person is in. This illness is so complex, and it would take anyone's life if we cannot get them through the pain of being able to sustain the food intake they need. I've completed a textbook, and it's now been made public, and everybody can get all the data, anybody who wants the data, and every aspect of the treatment. We're not going to hide it, we're not going to hold it back, we're saying it's yours, and if you can use this and help make your treatment better, that's what this center is about. The center is in a wonderful place of stability and in a great place of seeking support so that we can provide treatment scholarships and educational scholarships to clients and families who all need that care, and we can help because of you. Thank you.